What it is, what it do, and how the hell are all of you? With yours truly, Petra Fucker, back with another mother lover. Woo! It's a nice one today in the soda. Woo! Got this J. It's been nice out the last couple days. I guess that's something we can go on. But you already know we gotta talk about some shit, man. It's the political shit. It's the political side. Just a whole lot of stuff been going on, man. I know y'all done heard about Seattle. Shit. They got the Chaz now, man. Oh, that was just a cough. That wasn't a laugh, I swear. I'm taking this Seattle shit 100% serious, man. 100%. Just listen when I read this shit. I'm telling y'all gonna use 100% taking it seriously. Seattle is under siege. Well, 7 blocks roughly. Now, see, I've never been to Washington, but I have heard that Seattle's kind of like Silicon Valley. A lot of tech firms, a lot of techie tech type shit. So, heard they also got some pretty good dope, pretty good weed. I know they have dope problems. Like, I don't mean dope as in like heroin, but dope as in like I heard they got some good ass weed. And they got that dude Mick or whatever on the National Geographic channel that be running around the woods and shit. That dude's dope. Should look that shit up. Just look up National Geographic Mick. I don't remember what his last name is, but that dude be running around barefoot and all that types of shit in the northern peninsula of Washington and the fucking forest they got out there. I don't want to get. It could be like the Olympic forest or some shit. I don't know, man. I'm high as fuck. Anyways. Antifa banded together with some other activists, Black Lives Matter, amongst some. Then there's John Brown Gun Club members. They're holding down the streets and patrolling. I guess you could say they're playing cops. It's definitely what some reports have made it sound like, is there are people out there stopping taggers and stuff from tagging, I guess. The John Brown Gun Club members also had to walk police back to the police station so that the police could check on the police station. And then the Chaz, they want to call it the People Department. So that would be like People Policing People Department. Yeah. We rambling, we rolling. Ha! My bad. They also they took over the police precinct. From what I know, it's in the Capitol Hill area, hence Chaz, Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. The mayor, Jenny Durkin, called the action patriotic, and they want her to resign. That's wild, man. From what I've heard, Mayor Jenny Durkin is rather progressive in her democratic ways, and she called their actions patriotic. But they still wanted to resign. That shit's just crazy. Reports have came out, and they've been retracted. Like, there was one example that there was people shaking down shop owners and shit. Big media has retracted that, but there's some independent media that has not retracted that shit. Slightly offensive. Elijah Schaefer, he's fucking pretty dope on this one. You can listen to his shit. I mean, granted, I'm saying listen to Tim Pool, Stick Sex Hammer, listen to everybody about the Seattle shit. You're gonna get a whole bunch of different perspectives. I just think, I guess if you like Tim Pool, he kind of compares it to Occupy Wall Street. I was rather young when Occupy Wall Street initially popped off. Not young, but I wasn't giving a shit about politics. And from what I've read and seen, it was just they took over Central Park. These people are legitimately taking over like a fucking radius of town. Like, they got 500 residents that live in that Capitol Hill area, from what I've seen and read. And then they also got fucking seen on pictures, not in real life. But I've also they got businesses. So, but there was one business owner that had said that they were getting shaken down for $500. Don't know how much water that holds, so again, it's just a rumor, just a story, but hey, It came out, and then it was somewhat retracted, and then somewhat wasn't. So it's weird. One of the saddest things I seen was, though, and I was kind of shocked to see it. So I guess a couple African American elders from the council came out. I would call them community elders, and they were speaking, and they kept getting booed. And they were talking about how Antifa and the Chaz has hijacked Black Lives Matter, the movement. And there's been a lot of questions surrounding, like, Black Lives Matter's money, where it comes from, how they get it. And then other people point out that they are both funded, Antifa and Black Lives Matter are both funded by the same person, same people. There's a lot of questions. But the fact that these ladies were booed was, to me, just that's just fucked up. Because first off, if those are elders telling you y'all did some fucked up shit, they're probably not lying. Yes, I know a lot of elders out there are fucked, but generally when they show up in this capacity, they've already done talked to the people they need to talk to. They've came with what they need to say. And when you boo them, that's nothing but disrespect. That's not showing the people that are elders or people on the council of Black Lives Matter or have something to do with the movement legitimately, and you boo them. Yeah, that's kind of fucked. But it definitely shows the true colors, in my eyes, of Chaz. If we're all going to say that things that are happening now are showing people's true color of, like, racism, what sides you pick with the police, all that shit, I would honestly say then this shows people what Antifa really is about, man. Like, that's my beef. I got beef with them, I guess. Like, y'all came to Minneapolis, you done fucking tore up a bunch of Trump supporters and shit. Like, yeah, I guess we got some issues. I mean, not only in my city, but countless cities have they just tore up and wrecked fucking whatever they can to get their fascist speech across. They can scream anti-fascist all they want, but that's what they are, is some fascists. If they don't like what you say, they're gonna try to shut you up with violence. It ain't gonna be one-on-one. We've already seen they don't try that one-on-one shit. They try that, we gonna mob up on you, and we all gonna swing with our wild ass shots, and hopefully we hit you. Like Andy, no, good example. But back to the Chaz. My bad for the rant. My bad. But these ladies said that they hijacked it, and they were booed, and it reminded me of, like, Mayor Frey being booed. Even though I don't like him, it made me think, like, damn, y'all are really booing the people that are supposed to be in somewhat not in control of your party, but if they're in the community and they're activists and they're doing this and that, they obviously have their own little things going on within the community that they're doing for the community. And if these ladies were African American leaders for the community, and you booed them. Now, Mayor Fred, that's a different situation. His dumb ass decided to walk outside and try to play the mob. The mob didn't play that shit back. I guess you've seen how progressive he really was, right? I guess you've seen where his progressive buck stopped. But, I mean, from I guess what a lot of, like, I guess regular reports say, that the locals are kind of, I guess, okay with it. They're not mad at it. But then again, I also think, like, my opinion would be you don't have much of a choice. Because if there's 500 residents that live in the area, and let's say there's 500 people that came in and are just now all over, I don't know if one resident is going to want to take on the mob. Like, you would have to convince all 500 residents, like, y'all need to get the fuck up out of here. But until that shit happens, I don't know, man. But it's definitely interesting to see, because it's just fucking interesting in my eyes. Like, it's just interesting. We're gonna keep moving. We keep moving. Two of the funniest things that they did, though, man, is they built a wall immediately with the police barricades. And then they put armed guards on those barricades to stop and frisk people that are coming into the Chaz. And it sounds a lot like Border Patrol. I'm just saying. A lot of the shit that these motherfuckers are arguing about, they just done did. I'm just saying. They also, I guess, have a warlord that's an underground rapper, Raz Simone. I have not listened to that stuff. I just found the warlord title kind of funny, and then hearing that the person's going around and deeming whatever they find punishable, and they're just rocking the AR. Like, hey, I'm all for Second Amendment. I'm all for that shit, but maybe not under the title warlord. I'm just saying. Looks like they started a garden. I've seen a bunch of pictures on Twitter. It looks like they started a garden. It's rough, but it's a start. I'm gonna give it to them. It's a start. If you guys are gonna plan on being there a while, I mean, you were a little late to gardening. I mean, you should have did that stuff a couple months ago. They on the back of the seed packets, it does tell you your time that you're supposed to be planting them and shit. Doesn't really say anything about cardboard, but then again, there's that's another way to that's a newer way to garden. I didn't really look into it, but I did hear a little bit about it, so I'm gonna give it to them. But it is a garden, so I hope it thrives for them. I hope it does. I don't know how long they're gonna be there, but I hope the garden thrives. You know, they invited in a bunch of homeless people, I guess, from what the report said. And those homeless people stole their food. And then the mass collective turned around and asked for donations of vegan options and soy options. Hey, anything to help feed the collective. Anything. You got to just help them. And I've seen a few pictures that have like, when you used to go to school and the teacher had that little the easel with the little paper like shit she would write on, and then she would rip paper out or flip it over. They have one of those, but it's with their meetings. So you know they busy. You know they in there, they brainstorming. They doing it. Crazy, man. And they gotta have the armed people, man, because if the real thinkers are in there thinking, they gotta have the armed guys on the outside to make sure the police don't come back and try to take back what's theirs. Or what they think is theirs, because it's really the people's, And then they at night, man, it just seems like they be just chilling, man. They gather around, eat some vegan pizza, watch some old movies, old LBGT movies, and some old documentaries that are like I know they watched it was a slavery one, I think I read. And then I think the other one was Paris on Fire was the movies. I think the 2 nights I've seen that they watched. But that's peaceful, man. That's peaceful protest. You got it. You gotta have it, man. You gotta have that peaceful protest in the Chaz. And when I see so many social commentators that I like Styx Hexenhammer, Tim Pool, a couple others. I'm not going to name. I'm just going to name those two because they really emphasize that these people are real life LARPing, and I don't think they like that. I don't think they like that people are making fun of their movement by calling it LARPing. Like, that's just disrespectful. Just disrespectful. And I don't know how long Antifastand will essentially last. I know Portland tried to get theirs over. It only lasted a day. But maybe Portland will be able to stand up with the next Antifastand or the next Chaz. If you couldn't tell, that shit was just pure satire. That pause was just satire. I think all that shit's a joke. Funny, though. I mean, it is funny. When you got the mayor talking about, oh, y'all patriotic, and then the group's like, nah, fuck you. We don't even like you. We don't even want you. We want you to resign. Kick rocks. This shit's nuts to me, man. And I think that little meeting shit, which y'all plotting and scheming. Who gonna donate what next? Man, let them do what they're gonna do, man. But you walk around with armed guards and shit after you kick the police out. That's basically